and welcome back to the channel. My name is Deborah, aka the Sunset Girl Creates, and today is Monday, Cross Stitch with Me Day. So we are doing Balloon Fantasy by Pretty Stitch Art. I did get it on Etsy. I will put the pattern on there. I'm also using fabric. I think it's the Rainbow Watercolor Stitch Ada. It's 14 count, and it was from Pulp Stitchin' Aberdeen. Okay, so I have a couple other Adas that I got as well, that are stitch fabric and even weave. Today we're going to be working on the Balloon Fantasy. As I move this around, you can see that the balloon has been completed, and the cloud area over here is all done. We're now working on our second balloon over here. So I'm going to go from Etsy over to my pattern in Knit Companion. My pattern stays in Knit Companion so that I can track where I'm at, see where I'm at, being able to mark up so I know when I've completed a stitch and when I haven't completed a stitch. So right now I'm kind of just working on doing half of the cross stitch. I'm going to do this part of the pattern. I'm going to come back down towards here, and then once I get here we'll start going back up and around and come back down. That way I can continue working and keep my stitches straight and even. I've always cross stitched this way, so I'm just busy pulling these last few stitches here in. And so what's been going on? Not a whole lot's been going on. I'm going to be working on changing up our pattern, what videos go when, and this is probably going to be cross stitch Tuesday so that I can get this video processed and uploaded. So we'll have Tuesday as cross stitch, Wednesday will be silhouette, and then Friday will be our knit and crochet with me. We will be doing that. I have a video that will be going up today. It's already processed. I just have to get it into the system. I need to move my iPad over just slightly. Sorry for hitting. My pattern is on Knit Companion on my iPad. I was using it on a paper, and it was just getting really messy that way, and I didn't want to do it that way anymore. It's easier to keep track on the computer, and so that's what I'm doing. I don't have it on the computer. It took me a while to get the pattern into Knit Companion. Knit Companion also lets me track stitches in my knit patterns if I'm following a pattern. And right now I'm currently not following a pattern, so on my knit I'm just it's a simple repeat. It's a 4-stitch repeat, a few more stitches than 4. I think it's a 6-stitch. So it's a long double cross, a double, single, double, long double. So that's 6 stitches. Okay, so it's a repeat of 6 stitches, and that's all you do. And at the beginning and end of the row you put in a double crochet. So, and then when you start you do it with three cross stitches, not 3 cross stitches, 3 single crochets. Down one. And so that's going to be fun. We'll continue to work on that blanket. I have the second and third color in there almost done. I will be including that. You'll see the progress where I'm at. on Monday or on Friday. So I'll do a knit with me on Friday, or knit and crochet with me on Friday, and I'll show you the progress of the blanket. Our diamond painting is coming along. You'll see it again on the Thursday video. So Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday are all diamond paint with me's. And then we'll have we'll be, the diamond painting's coming along. Sorry, I did a little stutter there. The diamond painting's coming along. I'm on the second section. I probably have it a third of the way done. I was working on it when I got up early this morning, and I'll continue to work on it as we go. So there's that, and then I've got next to it, and then I've got 2, 4, okay, 6. I just had to count real quick and see where I was, making sure that I'm counting properly, and that the stitches are in the right place. Okay, and then we have 6 of them down. Okay, so we'll just do 6 more stitches, and then I was trying to think of what we were gonna do. I know the chuck along is coming, and I think I'll do the chuck along, but I'm not going to follow the group. I'll probably just work on my chuck. I really don't like to be tied down to dates and times of when and what picture I'm working on. I don't want it to dictate. I don't want to feel like I have to do something, right? I'm not somebody who likes to feel like I have to do something in order to function. So I want to make sure that we're all keeping up, and that I can function on a daily basis, so that I can continue to bring my videos to you. I've been sitting here thinking about, what we could talk about, and I'm in the middle. I wanted to talk about the show I'm on, so I'm still watching The Once on Disney, and oh my God, I'm addicted, man. Every time I get up in the morning, it turns on by itself, I think. At least it seems like it turns on by itself. Okay, and then we have 10 from here. So I'm going to do 10 more stitches down. Let's see if this thread will last the 10 minutes. I don't know that we'll get 10 stitches out of here. We'll have to get another piece of floss here. I think I can probably get 1 more stitch out of it. Then I'll have to end it and get a new color stitch. So we'll get a new piece of floss. I already have it in my container set up. All I have to do is pull it out, and we'll be able to work with it. So as you can see, I'm down to the very edge, and my ends probably do not completely match up. I like to get my ends wet, so it becomes one end. It's easier to thread the needle this way, and usually you can capture both threads if you're lucky. You can always pull the needle threader out if you can't get this to thread. I just need it to go back through, and so that we can pull it to the back. Let's pull our needle threader out, because we're still going to have to pull our package out with all our thread. Sorry. Let me get thread out and stuff, and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. I got that thread done, and I did pull out and get a new one started. That way we don't have to deal with too much mess. I do always hold an extra needle on my needle minder, just in case I lose one and I need another one. There we go. Okay. And so we're doing 10 stitches here. And then once we get our 10 stitches done, we'll have to do 4 up, and then we'll start doing our other side of our crosses. So as I do move this fabric as I go, but I am cross stitching. So I tried to get you in as close as possible. It's a very tight fit on the couch, but we've got it worked out. I think it's a great position. You can really see what I'm working on. And so it's exciting. I know the fabric's not white, so some of these clouds may kind of fade in, but I think that's cool because I really got this fabric because it kind of had like a rainbowy effect to the fabric itself. And I thought it went well with the balloons. I have a lot of balloons here, so I think that it went well. I should have started it maybe the other direction, but that's okay, because the purple fades just a little bit up on the balloon, but it's not too bad. I think once we get it in a frame, it will look good. So where are we at? 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, 2 more. And yeah, that one's way down. Okay. So there are, when we get back over on here, there's some stitches. Those are done. We've done that long block, but there's a few stitches on this side over here that we'll have to put in. So this is 9. So I'm sitting here thinking I'd like to talk about maybe setting up, seeing what we can do when we're cross stitching. If there's something that we can maybe, I might look for some cross stitch articles. Maybe we can do some reviewing of some cross stitch articles like we've been doing with Diamond Art Club, and see if I can find some blogs on that. See, 2, 4, 6, okay, I'm trying to count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, we have 10. So now we want to go up here and put 3 in here. Right? On the third one up. Yep, 3 up. Is it 3 or 4? 1, 2, oh, it's 5. Okay, so we're going to put 5 in here, and then we will start doing our crosses back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just double counting on my chart. It's once I get these stitches in, done and counted, it will be a lot easier, because then I'll just be doing the crosses. I won't have to count my stitches at this point. It's kind of why I did it this way, so that we could spend some time. I can get the few counting stitches, and then I could do the crosses. And I was thinking, if I set it up so that we make sure that we have time, I can literally set up our pattern that we're going to be working on with the half stitches, and then during those while we're just completing the half stitches on the other direction, we can be going over a cross stitch article. I don't have any today. I'm going to start getting connected with some of the cross stitchers and the cross stitching community. I think that will be a good way of really getting in and involved, trying to watch floss tubes, knowing what's going on. So I will probably be getting some of those, and I'll be bringing some of my knit and crochet subscriptions back as well. I have a lot of information and books on knitting. I don't have as many books on crochet. They when I moved to Florida, they didn't make it. Could have been when I got divorced and I packed everything up and, things may have gotten left behind. So I was packing quick and in the dark at the time. It was tough times. I didn't have a job and I had no money. And, well, I had my Social Security back then, but I didn't really have any set money to live on if I moved to the Bay Area. But I sold my house, and once I sold my house, I went back and moved to the Bay Area, and I used that money to live off of till I actually finished school, and then once I graduated, instead of looking where I was at in Chico for a job, I took my chances and packed my stuff and moved to Berkeley. And then I started a job in San Francisco. After a couple weeks of searching, I got lucky, and so that was really my working history. I worked for a wonderful U.S. immigration firm in San Francisco till it closed down. And then I went to work for a global immigration firm called ProLink, who was actually sold to Newland Chase. I wish ProLink was still here. It was probably the best job I ever had in my entire life. I really enjoyed going to work. I enjoyed the owners of the company. I think I felt closer to this company because I helped build the company. And I keep knocking my needle out as I come around. I helped build that company from the ground up. I helped build all the departments and operations. And so it was a really good job. I started out in California, telecommuting, until they convinced me to move to Florida. And okay, that was thunder. It sounds like we've got a storm coming through, so if there's thunder, please don't worry too much about it. It's just a normal storm that comes through during the summer. We seem to be getting them more in the mornings than the afternoons. They used to be in the afternoons. They were really nice, and they cooled things off in the evenings. But recently, we've been getting them more in the mornings. So it's kind of been scattered, not necessarily anything specific. I don't see any storms on the way for us right now. I do know that Rhode Island took the attack. I hope everybody's doing well in Rhode Island, and that the hurricane did not do too much damage. My heart goes to you. We've been through it, and if you need anything and you're on my channel, reach out and we'll see what we can do. If nothing else, I can be here to support you and help you through whatever may have happened. So all my love and support goes out to all the Rhode Island people that are dealing with the storm and the aftermath. Irma was a difficult storm for me to get through. It's the first hurricane I went through. It was a Category 4. Well, it wasn't the first hurricane. It was the first Category 4 that was really closest to home that we had by then. And there was a lot of power outages. I was out for almost a week. We had flashes on and off. There was no consistency. I couldn't have consistent internet. So I had to take the week off because I couldn't be working and trying to repair house and yard and clean up and help neighbors. Because when we have the storm, we work closely with our neighbors. I have to flip this over for a second and rethread my yarn because I don't know how it came undone. Let's get this threaded. Oops. Sorry about that. liquor. I have to have wet thread. And I may have to trim that so that the ends are more consistently the same length. This will make it easier. We've got a storm coming in. If I lose power, I will be back and finish once power comes back. I don't actually have any lights on right now, so it won't affect us too bad. It shouldn't last long. They only last 20-30 minutes maximum, so it's not too bad. I haven't seen any rain come yet, so that's not too bad. It's just a little bit of thunder right now. That usually means there's a storm a-brewing. Okay, one more try, and if not, okay, well, let's just go back to the, here. This is my ever handy needle threader. I used to be able to do this on cue, but I'm not so good at it anymore as I get older. It's probably my eyes are getting too old, you know. I've had eye vision problems since I was a kid. I've always worn glasses. It's been a major part of my life. I have to pretty much get new ones every year or two. Because I just can't. Okay, I'm going to pause for a minute. I'll be right back. And we're back. The magic of television, right? It's just wonderful. We have about 10 more minutes, so I'm just going to sit and chat. We will start finding some articles on cross stitch and see if I can find some information. There's lots of it out there. So we'll start seeing what we can do for our future channel plans. We'll find cross stitch patterns, and I have lots of patterns. I use XS. Is it X? It's X Stitch. Knit Companion is what I have my pattern in. It really just is a PDF, and it brings a PDF, and it lets me mark up that PDF so I know what stitches have been completed and what have not been completed. I do have to go through it and do some updates on it to include some of the other things that have been done since I used the app last. I was using the paper, and so I have to go back to that paper and convert that paper over to the electronic version. So that'll keep me busy for the afternoon probably, because I have to go through and check off all the stitches that have been completed so I know what's done and what's left to complete on my pattern. I'm trying to think of what color I want to use to block off my stitches that I'm working on. I'm currently, right now, I don't really go in a set line pattern, so I do some lines. As you can see, there's long lines up here, and I've done long lines, but they all kind of go like this. I do the one side, and then I come back and do the other side of the X. That way I have a nice consistent look to my X's, and each side has the same consistency as we go through it, so that's good. And I think that's about all I've got today. I don't have a whole lot to chit chat about. Nothing funny happened yesterday, and so there's really not much else. I'm just enjoying this pattern, and I look forward to us building up our Tuesday cross stitch with me. So this is our first episode. Please keep coming back every Tuesday, and I will see you very soon. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. I know this is a work in progress on the cross stitch, so be patient with me. We'll get to it. Probably the next video will be a little more consistent. I didn't know how this was going to go. I didn't know what kind of communication or talk we would have, but I do appreciate everybody joining me. And if you don't like this, a thumbs down is fine, but please let us know in the comments below. If you want to be a part of the Sunset Girl Creates family, you can select the subscribe button below. And next to that button is a bell icon that will let you know every time I upload a video. So with that said, I want to thank everybody for coming, and everybody have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.